Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video. I decided to take myself up on that offer I made to myself of just revisiting old worlds and old locales, because I feel like taking this opportunity to just look at stuff I worked on previously might actually provide a lot more insight into how I managed to make things function. And maybe I'll look at my old stuff and take inspiration from it and think, well, I can do that, you know? I don't know, just... Oh, hi. Mystery to me as to how you got in the minecart, but I applaud you. Yeah, I don't know, just gonna have a look around, you know? Oh yeah, right, and this sort of half mob grinder I got here, that only half works. I mean, every one of these worlds has gotta have a mob grinder. This one's no exception. Right, and the grinder wasn't even they didn't even get trapped. They just, I hope they'd fall to their death and get the spoils of it. Which I mean, it kind of worked. Library, pub, end of the roller coaster, tree farm, beginning of the roller coaster, furnace room, home, and then way up there is the top of the tower. Or the lookout, more like. I mean, it kind of looks like a fire watch tower. Right. It's just a whole lot of stuff in here. Man, I was kitted out in this world. What the hell am I doing in the world I have now? There's so much more shit in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, there's shit absolutely everywhere. What the hell am I doing with my world? Oh my god, it just keeps going. There's just shit everywhere. I mean, in a good way, I mean. There's just so much stuff to fucking work with, and I haven't been touching it. Well, no, I haven't been getting all that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess the music disc collection is less, but there was less stuff in this version. There wasn't, all, 12 or whatever music discs. There was only 2. And here's the bathroom. Yeah. This doesn't even, dispense water. It just press it and it gives you a bucket to douse yourself with. Then we come out here. I mean, this is just great. I put so much effort into just detailing this world. I'm impressed, genuinely. Man, what am I doing with what I currently have? This just looks so much better. Right, and then there was the stairs that went on top of the hill and the tunnel that goes through it. Can't believe I put this much effort into this tunnel. it's all dark out here, but I mean, that makes sense. Nothing, there's nothing really here. I mean, there was even a fucking pyramid here. I guess the next world had a much bigger pyramid, but like the fact that there's one here at all impresses me. Yeah, and then there's this big fucking castle. Well, it's not big, but I mean, it's a castle. Big enough. And, there's a big fucking tree here. A bunch of benches. Like, this, I just made up. I remember the castle was too small to really have anything inside it, so I decided I'd just make a park instead. And would you look how that turned out? And oh my god, the fucking highway. A giant highway looks brilliant from here. I left the room and I forgot to pause, but you know, I'm gonna leave that in. That's kind of funny. So, got brick. Yeah, that's just, I mean, brick was really hard to get in this version too. It was like insanely difficult. Like I thought that the brick gathering process for that one apartment building was tough, but this is a whole other kind of difficult. This, you'd find like maybe 4 batches of clay per like 1,000 blocks you traveled. And that's it. So it took forever. I mean, it took like 8 to 12 hours to get just this amount of brick here. But I did it. And, I mean, it looked great. It's just a very simple highway, but it works, doesn't it? I mean, yeah. Let's just, kill some stuff here, because, hey, what else am I to do? Yeah, but this town, too, is just, I mean, it's simple. Don't get me wrong, it's really simple. But it works. It's really effective. I mean, all these houses, I mean, they're not furnished or anything like the next town I worked on, but they exist, and now they all actually look pretty good. Given the block palette I had to use and everything. And then there's just this, like, big, huge, well, maybe not huge, but, I mean, I cut down an entire mountain just to make room for this park here. I gotta be honest, it's a pretty damn good park. And then there's this little waterfront here that, you know, that's always good. And then oh. Oh yeah, right. You don't do critical hits. And then there's this. Just gonna okay. Yeah, and then there's this, which is probably actually the most creative episode number like celebration I've done. When we got to the big old episode 100, which was also the last episode in this world because the game got updated directly after it. But yeah, I just created like a little contraption where you flip the lever and all the gravel just drops. So you could, and then not only did it drop, but it also, at the bottom here, there were a whole bunch of torches, so it would just destroy, right, drop into items and whatnot. So it was just, it was a really clever contraption. It's probably, at least my favorite, when unveiling episode titles. I mean, granted, there's not much to beat. 200 was nothing special because all I did was just build it out of differently colored wool, and that took like half an hour to make at most. And I just turned around and went, oh look, it's episode 200, and then for episode 250, I mean, I made a fireworks show that only half worked. So I suppose there's not that much competition, but like, I mean, even just like listing these things out, I can say that I've done more in this world than I have in... See, why do my kids show up here? That's weird. I've done more in this world than I have in really either of the ones that came after it. And yet, I mean, we only had this world for about 6 months. I've had the current one for about a year, and the one that came after it for more or less the same duration of time as this one here. And yet this one has the most stuff. This one is the most developed. This one is just the most there, you know? I think that speaks some volumes as to just how much I got done, but I feel like it also speaks as to, comparatively speaking, how little I'm getting done in the current world. Anyways, I'm gonna ride the roller coaster. Because, yeah, there's a fucking roller coaster. Let's go. Oh, yeah, right. It was really tough to get this one to work, because I wanted a slow climb. But the way I did it before didn't really work anymore, so I had to compromise. Yeah, and then there's this thing here. There's the hill going up and down and up and down. And then here's probably the most impressive part. I mean, the part that you guys were clearly the most impressed with, because like almost 2,500 if you watched it for some reason, was making this. I mean, this also took just about the longest of anything in this entire world, but you know, I mean, it's worth it. It looks great. And then, I mean, I suppose not to suck my own dick about it, but I mean, it looks good. And then, I mean, I think the last thing I'm going to check out here is it's this thing here, the the big there's already a minecart there. Alright, the big highway. That, while not much, you know, it definitely takes a while to get up to speed. I mean, it's a big highway that actually works and does, in fact, carry me far enough to get the this achievement here on a rail. Although, you know, since my achievements are reset, that means very little. There's my cape getting flung consistently behind myself because of the velocity at which this rail goes. I mean, I really do appreciate just how, like, fast rails are as, like, a mode of transportation. I mean, they take a while to get set up, but if you're planning on, like, going between two locations regularly, then there's really hardly a better way to do it than by going over a railroad. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Yeah, every once in a while, on really any of this world's railroads, there'll be like a monster that just completely blocks any method I have of really getting across it, and that's always annoying. But yeah, and then we go through that tunnel, and it's almost like we emerge in a completely different world. I don't know, like all the terrain seems to just like change here. Just really strange. I mean, I built this railroad for two purposes. One was to get the on a rail achievement, and the other was to just find new terrain that I hadn't seen before, because I hadn't really seen much of what the game had to offer. And really, I wish I had that same ambition with the current world, because I mean, yeah, I haven't really seen all that much. But yeah, this is just about it, really. So let's hop over now to the second world and have a look at that as well. And now here we are in this world. So, I mean, obviously this world's a little bit newer, so I do have some advantage of having access to more blocks. I mean, this building is actually a pretty good example of that, as you can see by the stone bricks and the more creative use of fences and whatnot. Although I think this building is probably the best example of it, with the iron bars as like the pipes or whatever, and the glass panes, the brewing stand, and I mean, these logs were in the game long before this, but yeah. I mean, pretty much every single building here is either modified from their original blueprint, or built from the ground up, which is really nice. I mean, this one modified, this one obviously built from the ground up. And then there's this here, which I built as like a quick access down into my mining area. There's nothing really down here, but it was a decent quick access that I used a couple of times. Although I didn't get much use out of it because the game updated not too long after I made it, so. There's that. This never changed. Same with that building. Never changed. And the well. This building I technically modified because of the interior. Alright, got the enchanting area. How many bookshelves it took to make that, Jesus. Then all of this. I mean, it's not as impressive a collection of items as previously. I mean, just that and then this and that's it, but still, that's really nice. And of course, you can't forget the giant chamber I made simply to store the dragon egg because I saw it as that special of a thing to have, which I mean it is. You can only have one of them in any world, so. And then Dave, still looking exactly the same as when I first insulted you. Gravel here. I take it probably like an enderman or something. Shat out a piece of gravel there or something. And then yeah, this house completely decorated. This was made by combining two houses that were like right next to each other. And I was like, what? Why the hell not, right? I believe this one was one of these, and then this was one of these, but with the variant that didn't have the roof on it. So that's pretty cool. There's the pyramid. Let's go over to the pyramid and also admire the water fountain with all its glowy bottom and whatnot. Yeah. Admire the pyramid. I mean, the bottom is made of pure gold. How fucking cool is that? And there's the lighthouse. Always bright. Always lit up. That's very cool. And then there's this, which it's not much. It's one of the houses that were built from the ground up, and you can kind of tell because it is a little more spacious than some of the other ones. I think I was kind of running out of ideas as to what to do with the houses. Yeah, I made a dedicated spot for the nether portal. Probably the most effort I've put into that. And then there's the docks, which, I mean, it's the only world to really... Oh, I guess the previous one also had a dock, but it's so small and insignificant. I always forget it's even there. So, this one was also built from the ground up, which is a bit of a shock to me, like remembering that because this one's kind of cramped. But this is probably one of my favorite decorations I've managed. Is the lamp, sort of. With the nether brick fence, the note block, and the jack-o'-lantern to create sort of an impression that this is a full-fledged, like, floor lamp. I think that's really cool. And then, yeah. There's this house, which was built from one of the... Well, same with this one. This one's like a storage building. That was built from like the tiny like 2x3 homes generate naturally in these villages. Very small, but it's kind of homely. Villagers didn't spawn in when I built this village, hence why it's so barren and dead in here. And then here's the farm I made, which is essentially just you pull this lever and it auto harvests all the wheat by pouring water on it, and then you go back in and plant all of it. I mean, it's kind of tedious, but it's nice not having to harvest all that manually. Of course, the only drawback is that with this system, you can't really, if say, you know, like it is right now, where most of it's grown, but not all of it, you can't exactly choose to leave the ones that are still maturing to get there, right? You just have to destroy all of it and replant all of it. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool, I'd say. Well, I suppose I'm forgetting about a few things. There's the cactus farm here. Then, what else was there? I know there's other stuff, but I'm struggling to remember. Oh yeah, there was the tunnel in the Nether, which I don't think I'll be using because there's nothing to look at there, but it was to get the on a rail achievement for this world. And I decided why not make it in the Nether, so I go extra far. And just put a portal on the other end, which, yeah, I mean, that works. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it with this world. This one was definitely the most short-lived out of the three so far, anyways. Like, anytime the terrain generation system changes, I create a new world, and this one terrain generation was very, very brief. I mean, you could see it in the creative world, sort of like Porter and the change. So yeah, this one didn't last too long, but I still got a lot done. Way more done in this rather short world than I still have gotten done in the current one. So, I mean, there's something. But yeah, I mean, that's about it, really. I think... Wait, I don't think I'm really getting that much perspective as to what I could be making. Although maybe I can make the big long rail, but at the same time, I can't really have a purpose for it because I don't have the achievement unlocked, so not really that much reason to it, but I don't know. I mean, I think I'm starting to get like little inklings of ideas about what I want to do, but I gotta think about it, you know? But that being said, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.